Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Village of Carpentersville Board of Trustees meeting, July 21st, 2020, at 7 p.m. It's our first live meeting back from back in March, correct? So we're excited to be back, and we're very, very excited to have a member of our community here today, but we're going to wait until we talk about him a little later, so a little surprise for the TV guests. So, okay, Kelly, call roll, please.
Trustee Garcia.
Here.
Trustee Malone.
Here.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Here.
Trustee Andreessen.
Here.
Trustee Frost.
Here.
Trustee Vela.
Here.
And President Skillman.
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, well, actually, it's our first item, is our proclamation tonight.
Leave it for the last one. So they go through the whole
They
meeting.
make us sit through the whole meeting?
That's right.
We don't want to do that to them. So, all right, so, Danny, you want to come on up, please? First of all, I gotta wear my hat. This is for you. Thank you. We're proud of the Village of Carpentersville. There's my hat.
Where it all started?
I don't have a Padres hat yet, but I will get one for sure. So, okay. Well, I should introduce Danny, I guess. So Dan is a resident of Carpentersville, and he has been whole life, right?
Whole lot, yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah.
So I went to Dundee. I went to Crown High School. So now it's, I played for the Vikings, Crown Vikings. Some of you guys remember that. So we're here to honor Danny tonight, and we're very proud and excited to finally meet in person tonight and be with him. So I'll read this, and then you can have this.
Thank you.
All right. Honoring Carpentersville resident Danny Dens. Whereas June 14th through the 15th, 2020, Carpentersville native Danny Dens signed with the San Diego Padres, fulfilling his dream to be part of the Major League Baseball. Whereas Danny Dens grew up playing baseball in Carpentersville and in surrounding areas for teams in Meadowdale Little League, Tri-Cities, elite baseball training, and then for Dundee Crown, 2012 through the 16th, right? Okay. Whereas Danny's high school, Danny Dens played on the varsity team 3 out of the 4 years, broke school single-season saves record in 2014, led the area in strikeouts, and in his junior and senior year, and in 2016 earned Spring Senior Athlete of the Year award and was runner-up for the Northwest Herald's Baseball Player of the Year award. Awesome. I'm lefty too, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah. I write right-handed.
All up.
You're all lefty.
Yeah.
I'm weird. So. All right, whereas Danny Dens then continued his baseball career in college, where he played for the University of Memphis 2016 to 2020. That's awesome. Great school. As a starting pitcher and reliever for all 4 seasons, while also making All-American Athletic Conference academic team and graduating magna cum laude.
Wow.
And whereas the Village of Carpentersville recognizes the accomplishments of this fine athlete and honors him with the dedication, discipline, and hard work ethic he has shown to achieve this remarkable goal. Thank you. It's awesome. Therefore, I, John Skillman, President of the Village of Carpentersville, hereby extend congratulations to Carpentersville residents Danny Dens for his athletic and academic achievements and well wishes in his future endeavors.
Thank you.
Can we get a photo with the whole board?
Yeah.
Get them the.
You guys want to get behind us, maybe?
Yeah, we can step it.
Does that work?
Some of us stand back here.
Dickie, get one of all of us. Yeah.
Everybody with their masks on.
Are we centered? We good?
Yeah. Don't breathe. Close.
All right. I'll wear one and I'll take it off. All right. Smile. Okay, one more.
Got it.
I do have some ties to San Diego. My grandson is in San Diego. So my heart is out there. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Oh, let's, why don't you introduce everybody? Yeah.
That's great.
Barbara here, my Auntie Michelle, and then my little cousin Riley, Auntie Lauren, JJ, Uncle Sean in the back, Grandpa, Uncle Joe, Little B, and Chrissy, Auntie Rhonda, you, Tati, and my Auntie Rose, cousin AJ, godfather Uncle Tony, longtime friend Brian, cousin Josh, my girlfriend's parents, Kim Kerner, Darren Kerner, and their brother Danny, and a longtime friend Leah, longtime friend Nate, my old high school coach, Coach Anderson, my brother Ryan, girlfriend Nicole, and then my father and mother, Dan Benz and Roberta Benz.
I think, Coach, I remember you when I was coaching football with freshmen. You were always taking all the kids to play baseball. Not very heavy.
And the person doing the picture is my Uncle Craig.
I think this is an older hat, too.
Hey, let us see us without the mask.
Steinhaus.
Let us see you without the mask so we know who to cheer for. Take the mask off. Let me see.
Oh, I see the mess up.
All right.
So where are you going to be headed to? Like, what city?
So normally in a normal year, I would go to Arizona for spring training. So I think once it's, they said once it's safe to do so, they're going to bring us all out there, and then we're going to go to Arizona and try and get our work in a little bit. And then I think the next time we'll do anything is for next spring training in like January, February. So it'll be around then. So normally I'll be going to Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Back to sleep.
where the Cubs are, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We have Ryan Cord still an assistant coach. I'm not sure if we don't have Ryan. I don't know if.
What is spring training? I don't know where he's at.
Elliot Soto.
I don't know where he's at now.
He was with Seattle last year, right? Ryan?
Soto also.
What's his name? Soto. Elliot Soto.
Elliot Soto.
I think he might be done now, right?
No, 16 rounds.
Is he? Really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we have, all right, cool. Keep it going. Gotta keep it going. Oh, Michelle, thank you.
Look up at the screen.
Aunt Michelle, sorry, we got it on.
Actually cousin, but, you know, because I'm a lot older.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's Danny.
Oh, really?
And then I did Red and Ryan.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Well, we want to,
We still have that truck, huh?
hey, Danny, in 2005, so we had the White Sox World Series trophy here
Oh, really?
on the front of the fire engine, so someday you gotta bring it back. All right? I'm serious. You gotta do it.
Mr. Denz, even if your accomplishments take you all the way to Cooperstown, you will always be equally proud of your magna cum laude accomplishments. Very well done.
That's why I hired him. Smart. Yeah. So,
Congratulations, Dan.
thank you.
All right, it's awesome. It's really awesome. We're proud of you.
Okay, you guys want to take a couple pictures? with-
Yeah, if you want to take some with some
Yeah,
of the
just
family
go
before
ahead,
we
you guys.
continue.
You want the president in the picture, too? He'd be happy to come down.
Mayor.
Do we have any public comment? Any public comment?
Any what?
Public comment.
Any what?
Public
Yes.
comment.
Chris Caius.
I see him right there.
Chris?
Yeah. You sign, right, Chris?
Go ahead, you guys.
You sign? First pick? Yeah. Yeah, John.
Let me get out of the picture.
I think they want you in there, Jeff. I think they want you in there. Yeah.
The one behind her ears.
You gonna get a Bradley?
She's a 10 toes.
Send it to me.
Thank you, guys. So everyone I show the picture of with the glasses, they're all like, wild thing, yeah. I'm like, yeah, but he's lefty, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. Movies, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh yeah, my hat.
Oh, I should sign your hat.
Jeff, do you have a marker?
I don't have a marker. I've got a pen.
Do you have a permanent marker?
All right.
That ought to be.
Danny, you gotta start.
Thank you so much.
Don, you want me to take it? Give it back.
So last time I was.
Look at, oh, the girlfriend.
Wow, all right.
So I was at spring training for the Cubs, I don't know how many years ago now, but I was standing there with my wife, all excited to be there, you know. And then Elliot walks by. I didn't know he was there. So I was like, he's like, Mr. Skillman. And I'm like, hey, what's happening? I didn't know he was here. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Of course.
That was fun to see one of our students there, you know, actually playing. He actually played well too. We ended up moving back down to Triple A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. San Diego. I mean, what town are they on?
They're out of Peoria, Arizona, for their spring training, and then they got a couple teams in Texas. One team in Fort Wayne for the Midwest League, so I could be playing King County.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Lake Elsinore, California, and then a team up in Washington, the state of Washington. So yeah,
Excellent.
we're all over, but well, mainly warm, so it's good.
Yeah, you guys keep working out.
No.
A lot of working out.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's just a lot of unknowns and a lot of like literally doing stuff on your own right now because you can't go up there to work out.
They groomed.
Oh, they found
Thank you.
You got a good signature already.
Yeah.
Still a work in progress.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
for a rookie. You'll learn, right?
That's right. It's still a work in progress.
But the kids, it's crazy spring training. I mean, all the big stars rode in golf carts. They ride around all of us. You know, but that's what's it called, Soho or Sloan Field or whatever. They have a whole area where you walk through. So all the players walk through, all the fans. It's pretty cool. But they have bushes. So you're not grabbing anybody or anything. But everybody's signed except for the old guys, you know, the big stars.
Yeah.
They're all driving golf carts around us, waving to them. But it's pretty fun. All right, guys, you don't have to stay. We're just getting some boring stuff to go through here. You're welcome to stay, so if you like. Otherwise, you guys can.
Yeah. Congrats.
This is like a tenth of the family.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, Dan.
Kelly.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for. All right.
Michelle,
Good luck.
take care.
Good luck.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
We'll be there at Kane County.
You too.
Yes.
Did we lose our president?
I was gonna say, where did you
Did John dismiss himself?
We lost John.
I think he's trying to get some free tickets.
He's so excited.
He gave advice and he took it himself.
Good job, kid.
Bye, Michelle.
See you, Auntie Michelle.
Yeah.
See you, Auntie
Michelle.
Michelle.
Am I the only one fogging up here, or?
No, I
Fogging
got
up
the
too?
same problem.
Good.
Glass is fogging up. Yeah. I know if somebody could invent something, they'd make $1 million. Right?
There is something that Sisicon sells, a company that makes the lenses for cameras. My daughter just told me about it. You clean your glasses, you put this thing back and front, and they don't fog.
Oh, is it like that Rain-X kind
Exactly,
of thing?
like Rain-X, but now you do it on the inside and it don't fog.
I gotta find that. Especially with how humid it is out here. Even if you're not wearing a mask, when you go from the air conditioning to outside,
The air conditioning out of the car? Absolutely.
yeah, you can't see anymore.
Oh, right. Yes. He'd be like, Jeff.
I don't want to see that hat on eBay.
Already has it listed.
We got a Padres hat.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna go
To
to the
get
mall.
one.
Bring out the lids.
All right, we ready? She's gonna move everybody outside, so.
Oh, for the
All right, so next, Kelly,
Appointment.
appointment of Michael Savaggio as a member of the Fire Pension Board. I need a motion, please, to approve.
I'll approve.
I'll motion.
Could we have a motion by trustee Andreessen?
Yeah,
second by
trustee Garcia.
Trustee Garcia to appoint
Trustee
Mr.
Malone.
Savaggio as a member of the police, or no, I'm sorry, the Fire Pension Board. So, roll call, please.
Trustee Malone.
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes.
Trustee Andreessen.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Vela.
Yes.
Trustee Garcia.
Yes.
And President Skillman.
Yes, motion carries. So we will let Mr. Savaggio know then, correct? You have his information, I believe,
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes.
So everybody knows that Michael Savaggio is retired police officer, okay. Police commander, I'm sorry. So he'll be, and he was a member of the Police Pension Board for several years, so a lot of experience there for our Fire Pension Board, so that's great. All right, public comment. Who do we have? Chris.
Yep. you
All
do.
right.
Ms. Caius.
A lot of information here for our COVID.
How do you follow that?
You don't.
As,
Start by
as
getting free hats for everybody and autographs.
Chris, I'll remind you of what Johnny Carson said. It's like following a banjo player at the county fair.
Okay. Thanks, John.
No problem.
Mr. President. Rotary, new president. No, you're
Rotary president.
Yeah, that's,
new Rotary president. Yeah.
in this chamber, this is the president.
Okay. Your Honor. Hi, my name's Chris Caius. I'm the Kane County Board member for District 23, which incorporates part of Carpentersville. I live in Algonquin, 340 Winding Canyon Way, Algonquin. And I'm just here to maybe update you on a few things that are happening in the county. You've probably heard it already, that the county received $92 million plus some $100,000 in change to distribute, to use for county business, to reimburse for the COVID expenditures, and also to pass on to the villages and organizations in the county to have additional COVID expenses to help cover those. As of today, or as of yesterday, which was Monday, we had our second meeting of it's called the CAAC, the CARES Act Allocation Committee, which involves the county board And we'll also be using the state's attorney's office as the central point for the funds to go through. And at this point, it's everything is still pretty much up in the air, but what's happening is that what has been defined is that we have allocated $8 million to the Kane County Health Department to start a contact tracing program so that we can contract that, as well as to provide, store up PPE and help cover the expenses countywide, which includes Carpentersville. The 45% of the $92 million will be going to the individual villages and organizations throughout the county. 55% will remain with the county to cover sheriff's expenses, the health department, which includes that $8 million, and other expenses. Like I said, we've had just our second meeting. I'm not on that committee. It's a seven-member county board committee, and Jarrett Sanchez, who is a resident of Carpentersville, is also on that committee, as well as Cliff Surgis from the northern end of the county. So if you have any questions in specific about it, you can ask me or ask Jarrett or Cliff Surgis. They expect that by our next meeting, and these are available, the meetings are available on Zoom meetings. You can just go to countyofkane.org and you can watch them. The next meeting will be, I believe, at 8:30 next Monday, but check the county website just to be sure. You can visit in and hear what's going on with the CAC committee. The distribution is approximately, they anticipate maybe it's going to be per capita approximately $78.52 per capita. So Carpentersville will get some share of that on approximately that basis. We also at the county board are, there will be hopefully by next meeting, and this is the big thing, by the next meeting they'll have some sort of an application process where the villages and through the Metro West Mayor's organization will be applying for the funds, and then it will be distributed to the county, to the individual entities. They make an application is approved. They expect to start, hopefully by August 1st, distributing those funds. Let's see, what else is going on in the county? The Forest Preserve Engineering has passed the resolution to begin the engineering, we've approved the engineering to remove the Carpentersville Dam, which would be appropriate to Carpentersville to note that. We also, the Forest Preserve has passed a resolution to repair the trail on the Bruner side of the Bruner Forest Preserve, that the washout over there by the industrial park, and the path around there.
Yeah.
Solarize Chicago has hit their first or second, which is the solarizing and getting an organization of people that want to be involved in putting solar on the roofs. Have hit their second benchmark, which allows for a rebate for people that are involved in participating in that. Liquor Control Board has approved the milk pail. I mentioned that, but milk pail has also applied. The old milk pail is now the cantina, has applied for a variance on that, and we're discussing that right now. And of course, finally, the census, which I'm on the Kane County Census Complete Count. The Kane County Complete Count Census Committee, and census is still being collected, and I encourage everyone and anyone that's listening to make sure that they've gone to the
How are we doing there?
website.
How are we doing? Percent?
I don't know what you can actually look up the actual figures. I think we were in the 60% range the last time I heard. Hopefully it's getting better than that. With COVID, it makes it very difficult to do figure out exactly what's
We were
going on.
78 or something.
I checked actually this afternoon, Carpentersville is about 71%, so we're
Oh,
higher than the
great.
county average. And the state.
Excellent, excellent. Good job. And thank you for having me here, and thank you for participating in government, and
How
you
about a
guys do a great job.
Long Meadow update or anything on that?
Long Meadow update is that they just opened the 17th from Whitechapel Lane in Algonquin to 31, so that is open. I've already gotten complaints about the kids drag racing up there because now it's open all the way. It's a nice smooth shot, a lot of straight road.
Yeah.
And they are working on the strip between 25 and Sandbloom now. And they've actually, we had the Transportation Committee this morning, there are updates on that. The final date, I believe, is next year, or to finish the bridge. No, actually,
I think connect everything.
it'll be connected, yeah. And actually by, I think, August 2021, it's going to have the toll on it. So,
Can't wait for that.
yeah, I know.
I know you tried.
Well, I keep
All
voting
you
no,
can
but I got
do.
voted, yeah.
Right, it's all you can do.
If they have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but I'm sure you got a big meeting.
Anybody have any
kicker.
questions? Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Yes, I do. On the distribution of that money that you said that was given to the county, you said $75 per capita. That means every resident is going to get $75,
It equates to that, a kind of an expenditure.
but it's going to go to the municipality.
That's correct. 45% of the 92 million will be divided up among the individual villages and nonprofits in the county.
And not for residents.
No, it doesn't, it's not a payment, to
Okay,
them.
that's what I was,
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's,
no.
it goes
But
to the
also
village
look
to
about
cover the
applications.
expenses for Carpentersville. If you have extra expenses for the
Overtime.
police, PPE, extra cleaning, things like that, you will be submitting and I'm sure Eric is well aware, but he's really in touch with things, is aware of making sure that all of those figures are compiled so they can be turned into the county and then it'll be paid
Some of our
out.
records were actually noted at your meeting, saying how great we were in Carpentersville, correct?
I think I mentioned something, John, but I can't. I'll take back to, I don't know.
They extended that
I want you to
date.
mention again loud and clear.
Yeah.
Take your mask
absolutely.
off,
They
maybe.
extended that date too for the census, right? Through 2021 or something?
Early 2021, I
Yeah.
think, is what they were saying. They were going to extend it, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've moved it back a couple times, I
All right.
believe.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Good news.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
I'd hang around, but it's colder then.
Thanks, Chris.
So if you don't mind, I'll miss the important.
We'll see you at 7 in the morning at the Rotary. I won't be either.
Oh, yeah, you're going to show up.
Probably not.
Rory is not meeting by Zoom.
Thank you, Chris.
Anybody who wants to.
Thanks,
can
Chris.
meet.
Okay,
Comfortable meeting in person.
next item on our agenda, consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless the trustee so request, in which the event of the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. So I'm looking for a motion
A motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
as presented.
And I'll second.
We have a motion by trustee O'Sullivan, second by trustee Garcia. Roll call, please.
Trustee O'Sullivan?
Yes.
Trustee Andreessen?
Yes.
Trustee Frost?
Yes.
Trustee Vela?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Malone?
Yes.
And President Skillman.
Yes, motion carries consent agenda. Next item, reports of manager and staff. Manager Johnson.
Thank you, President Skillman. A few items for the board tonight. First, next Tuesday at 6:30, we are going to have an Audit and Finance Commission meeting that will be at the Public Works Building at 6:30. The two big topics for that meeting are the bonding refinancing. Staff recommendations are going to be presented for that, as well as educational review of closing down a TIF. We have the first TIF in the village is closing down statutorily this year. So explaining the steps and the process and what's involved in that and what the board will see between now and basically September to wind that TIF 1 down. Water bills, after reviewing what surrounding municipalities have been doing, most of them are beginning to start with late fees again. We do not, and I should clarify, we are not going to be doing shut-offs. The governor's recommendation is still due to COVID, not to shut off any utilities. Today was the due date for water bills. We are going to be running a list of all overdue bills, sending a letter. We've compiled area resources to help people who are behind, through the township, 211, different nonprofits that are able to offer assistance. We'll be sending letters out to everyone who has an overdue bill, offering them the opportunity for a month to come in and set up a payment plan before we start getting that going again. At a certain point, a handful, not a lot, are getting so far behind that we're not actually helping by delaying collection. It's just going to end up at some point with the house with a lien against it. And then there's just another group of people who, without late fees, they're, what's the point in paying it? They'll get to it when we can. So we're hoping to get caught up and get those everyone caught up on that. Another item that you might be hearing about soon, we've been working with Senator Christina Castro's office to bring, in conjunction with the state of Illinois and the governor's office, a mobile COVID testing facility in the Carpentersville for potentially 1 or 2 weeks. We're looking at doing potentially the Walmart parking lot or a parking area on the along Route 25 to allow for testing for COVID here locally as a resource for our residents. Last thing, and Chris hit on a lot of it, I was going to give an update on the CARES Act money. He hit some of those things. A few things, though, we are contesting, and we have formally contested the census count that the county is using to count Carpentersville. They are using the estimate that CMAP, which is the Chicago Metropolitan Planning Agency, the estimate numbers, which are about 400 residents less than what the official 2010 census count is. We have petitioned and formally asked the state's attorney to use the official census count instead of the estimate. That 400 people equates to about $32,000 difference in funding. We think it's better to use the accurate count instead of the guesswork, as well as other state funds which are distributed are based on the actual count. So keeping in line with that was our request with the state's attorney's office. It also shows the importance of people doing the census and completing it. This is real dollars that comes into the community, and this is just a good example of why that count is so important. A final thing about the FEMA, or the money they're putting forward, there is a federal law, because it is all federal dollars, you can't double dip funds. So the county is requesting, or has encouraged everyone to apply for FEMA dollars first, which cover about 75% of expenses, and then everything that's rejected, or the gap, the remaining 25%, to then go after the Kane County money for use as an attempt to gain more than we would by just doing FEMA. But we also want to be careful not to double dip, because there's all sorts of treasury rules and you can get in trouble for trying to collect the same things twice. We have been very diligent as a village, tracking all expenses since COVID started that could even potentially be claimed for reimbursement, down so far as our legal billing through corporate counsel is a flat fee, but they've helped in breaking out anything that was legally related to COVID. So we've, are trying to track it down to the penny, overtime, any extra equipment on top of everything we've done. So we have a good record to make our case to get those funds.
Great, okay. Anything else?
No.
Staff? Tonight, okay. Next item, old business. We have no old business.
No.
We have no new business, correct?
Correct.
And trustee reports. Trustee Vela, you want to go first tonight?
Nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Trustee Andreessen?
I have nothing to report.
Trustee Frost?
I do have something to report.
All right.
First of all, we've had some Zoom meetings. This is our first time back. I just want to say thanks to Kevin in IT and his team. On my way over here, I was reminded that Huntley Road is not a raceway. I got passed several times, and the crosswalks are very important out there, so keep an eye on those. Progress with the Main Street Hill, it's moving along. It's nice to be on the one side it's done. And They're working on the south side currently right now. Thanks to the residents for their patience on all that, all the construction, and just slow down on Huntley Road. And the census, I know we just talked about it, but it's so important for our village, and that's money coming into the village that we could use. So, and then maybe later, somebody can comment on the water bill, $50 return on your receipts. And thanks to everybody in Public Works, Fire, Police.
Do you have thanks, Trustee Frost. Do you have anything, feedback on that? I'm sorry.
We have been getting a lot of people putting in applications. It actually started the week after we made the announcement. It's, so far, we've gotten a lot of positive reviews. I'm waiting. We haven't, through the end of the month, is the timeline for purchasing. Applications are not due until the end of August, so, people have time to get it in. But I'm hoping to have an update on numbers and people using it at our next meeting.
Eric, the application is online, I'm sorry?
If you go to carpentersville.com/free50, it is the page dedicated to the water program. It has a downloadable form. You can also submit the application online if people want to put it in the Dropbox, bring it in person, as well as all the qualifying restaurants, retail that qualify for the program are all on that one page.
Great. Thank you.
I've been getting questions about if people don't have a receipt, can they turn in their credit card receipt? Like if they shopped at somewhere and they lost their
Statement?
receipt
Oh,
or
like a
restaurant.
statement?
Yeah.
Probably.
I didn't want to answer because I wasn't sure if that's a nightmare for.
We're
Finance?
doing, as long as
Yeah.
it prints that it's the Carpentersville location. If it just said McDonald's, we
Right,
wouldn't be able to
that's
accept it, but if it said McDonald's Carpentersville, or, we just want to be able to verify that the dollars were spent here, and it has the date, so we'd be able to verify that way.
Could I just add something to that, which is, if they have credit card numbers and other information like bank account information, routing information, certainly make sure that they're just providing the minimum necessary so that we're not.
Yeah, we don't want their credit card numbers.
Right.
No. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee O'Sullivan?
Nothing to report.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes, Sunday, we finally drove from Huntley to Route 31 on the Long Meadow Parkway. It's a breeze, 5 minutes. And we got both stoplights on Randall Road. It's phenomenal. I invite everybody to use it before we have to pay for the bridge.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's nice, it's open, it's wide, and it's going to alleviate a lot of the traffic issues that we have. Old Town, 72, 62. 62 right now, you can have lunch while you're driving from 25 to 31. It's terrible. Other than that, Eric and I were talking about going back to Colorado.
yes,
Got to go get the police car.
car, yeah, it's time.
Marwan from Spotted Fox came with a great idea of do a fundraiser to restore the car. So I encourage the residents to keep an eye on what's happening.
Oh, yeah, he can do a GoFundMe or something.
Yes, and let's start, let's put it back on rolling.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's it for me.
Thank you. Trustee Mullen?
I have nothing today.
All right. Yeah, just excited to have our resident Danny here tonight. That was great. Been waiting for a few months to get, not a couple months when he got drafted, so. Maybe we can get the article from the newspaper like we did with the skater, Brady Tennell.
Can
Maybe
try.
we'll put something up in the hallway, or Brad, you got any connection at the Northwest Herald maybe? Or?
I could.
Maybe we could do that and get that article, and like we did with, what was it, the Herald Daily?
Yeah, I think
Or the
that's a
Courier
great-
News or something, yeah.
Yep. No, that'd be
We
cool.
got a
Be
contact
nice.
at the Northwest Herald.
Get something up there, yeah. Our 2-star residents.
Starting a trend,
Athletics,
right?
yeah. So, okay, so next item on our agenda is closed session pending litigation and employee performance discipline pursuant to Opens Meetings Act Sections 1 and 2, according to our
I'm sorry, that's 1 and 11. It wasn't Roman
1 and
numeral.
11, thank you.
Yep.
Number 1, thank you, number 1. So I need a motion to go to closed session.
I'll make a motion to go to closed session.
I'll second.
Motion by trustee Frost, second by trustee Andreessen.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Andreessen,
Yes.
Trustee Frost,
Yes.
Trustee Vela,
Yes.
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Malone,
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan,
Yes.
and President Skillman.
Yes, we'll be going into closed session, coming back after that to conclude the meeting. Thank you.